I'm Justman.
And I'm Warren.
And this is Brew You.
Hi there. I'm Joe, and I am the featured guest this week on Brew You. And today I'm bringing my favorite beer, the Evo Lot 3 IPA. Why an IPA? Because it's delicious, it's hoppy, and if you don't like IPAs, you really need to fix your life. I am so confident in the quality of this beer that I would like Brew You to review it because it's going to get thumbs up straight across the board, period. I will fight you if you think differently.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're bringing you guys something a little different. We're bringing you guys a featured guest. As you've already seen, it is Joe, and he has brought us a beer today. And before we get into that beer, we are very thankful for all you guys for subscribing, liking, and commenting. And if you're new to this channel, this is the first video you're seeing, please hit that subscribe button if you would like to see more in the future, or if there's another beer that you would like to see us actually test out and give a nice review on, give us that comment. So now that it's being said, we are going to be doing the Evolution Brewing Company, which is actually very close to us. It's probably about 30 minutes away from where we live. It's well known around here and it's very renowned. So now we're going to get into this. Warren is going to give you guys a little bit of history and let you guys know what's going on with this brewing company.
Yep, so the Evolution Brewery Company is located in Salisbury, Maryland. Been open for roughly 10 years. Founded by two brothers who had a passion for both food and beer and brought those together to create their own brewery as well as a food house. So been very successful in our area. They have very delicious beers and very good food. So
yeah, these actually come in two different packs, basically just like the cans and the actual bottles itself. It comes in, I believe, a 12-pack. As you see here, they actually have a 6-pack of bottles, and I think they have a 12-pack of bottles as well that is readily available. And today when I went to go get this, I actually saw a big, huge box that actually had 4 6-packs in it of bottles. So it was basically a 24-pack of bottles. So that was pretty cool.
Yep, lot number 3 is definitely one of their most popular beers that they sell.
I think they actually have a double hopped IPA as well, don't they?
They do. They call it the lot number 6.
Yeah,
so
and
that
cool.
one's also really good.
So you want to get into pouring this out for everyone and see how this tastes?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, we're at the pouring segment of our video now. We're going to go ahead and pour and taste this Evolution Brewery Lot Number 3 IPA. Gorgeous. All right. So IPAs as a beer style are probably the most popular in the United States. They account for around 31% of all beer styles sold in the United States. So by far the most popular. An India style beer, India Pale Ale in particular, is one that is hopped multiple times throughout the brewing process. And what this basically means is when you get down to the act of drinking this beer, you're going to taste a lot of bitterness as well as a lot of floral fragrances that are going to come about. Depending on when the hops are added to a batch of beer will determine upon how bitter or how floral it is when you drink it. But because an India Pale Ale is hopped multiple times throughout the process, you get the best of both worlds. And you oftentimes get a much higher alcohol content too. This one's rated at about a 6.8% alcohol, so it is quite high considered or compared to a normal beer, but still very enjoyable.
All right, guys, so we're going to do the actual can side. I actually prefer cans over bottles, simply because they're easier to travel with and they don't make a lot of noise and they're easier to dispose of. So we're going to go ahead and open up the can version. I don't need a bottle opener, that's another plus. That nice cracking sound. Hopefully I don't spill this like my colleague. So when we first see this, it's got a nice golden look to it. Actually has a hazy look to it, and I think that's part of the IPA version of it. the more IPA there is to it and the more hoppiness there is to it, it gives it more of a hazy look in my experience that I've seen. But as you smell it for the aroma, it has that nice, I think Warren had mentioned this earlier, it gets a nice floral smell to it. And like him, I'm not a huge IPA fan, but I gotta say I'm a big fan of the Lot 3. This is probably one of my favorites of the IPAs that I have tried. I've tried the double IPA. I've tried many IPAs. I've tried to really get into them. I don't dislike them, but this is probably my favorite one. So, like I said, when you take that swig, that first swig, you get that nice floral smell as you have a nice taste. So yeah, it gives you that nice bitter taste. So I approve of this. I think this is a really good beer that Joe has brought us. I think it checks all the boxes that you look for in a nice IPA. If any of you guys are looking for a good IPA and you guys are in this region, I think they actually disperse pretty freely around here. So I would suggest picking this beer up and you guys will be greatly satisfied.
I'm much more of a fan of a lager style or a stout style beer, but this is still really enjoyable, especially depending on what you want to drink this with. This pairs really good with white meat, so if you want to eat or drink this with fish or chicken, this goes fantastically. I know actually Evo, at their establishment, their restaurant that they have, you can actually order a brined chicken breast, which is brined in their Lot 3 IPA, and that pairs beautifully with that beer if you were to get that with your meal. So if I were to give this beer a rating, I would definitely rate it somewhere for me around a 7.5 out of 10. Again, that's subjective to me. It is a really good beer and I do enjoy drinking it. I will go out of my way from time to time to get it. Jasmine and I both do frequent this restaurant. I'd say at least, every couple of months we go there and have a flight of beers and try to sample what they've got going on. Evo as a brewery always has different stuff they're trying, new styles of beers, new ways of fermenting and processing these beers. We actually went about a month ago and had one called a Migration, which was a bourbon style stout, which was incredible in more ways than one. Very strong, probably about 11% stout beer, smooth, but you could definitely taste the whiskey in it. So, but they do have a good selection of beers. This one would be a 7.5 for me. Still a really good go-to, especially if you're a fan of IPAs. This one's definitely a winner.
If I was to give this a rating, I'm actually going to give it, I'm going to go with an 8. I'm going to go with an 8 because it is one of my favorite IPAs. I think they do a really good job of nailing on the head what an IPA is supposed to be. And it's not overbearing. It's for the seasoned IPA drinker and it's for the non-seasonal IPA drinker. And I think that's what makes this IPA so good to me. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and give this an 8. So, there you have it. All right, guys, so this is the part where we talk about our Brew U rating. But before we get into that, I actually wanted to point out something kind of cool. As you see, I poured a can version and he poured a bottle version, right? Mm-hmm. So as you see on the table here, my version and his version, the difference is hazy, not hazy. And I'm chalking this up to between a can and a bottle version. So I thought that was kind of interesting to see. I didn't notice this until we were about to shoot this shot. So I did want to share that with you guys as well before we got into our rating. But that being said, I did give a rating of 8.0 because I thought this was a pretty good IPA. And I thought it was good for the intro level people and people that are actually seasoned at the actual IPA as well that actually really enjoy this kind of beer. So, and what did you enjoy? What did you rate this?
I gave it a 7.5, and I don't want that to detract from this beer. It's not a representation of this beer. It's more my personal taste. I'm not an IPA guy, but this is a really good beer. And if you're looking to get into an IPA or you're looking to try a different style of beer, something a little bit more refined, this is definitely the route to go. It's really easy to get into. It's good for beginners and veterans who enjoy IPAs. And overall, very pleasing to the palate, and not a hard beer to drink.
I'm just impressed you gave it a lower rating than me. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. But before I wrap it up completely, I just want to say, if you guys are in the Eastern Shore area, Maryland side, or I think it even goes up to New Jersey, and like I think I told him earlier that I actually saw Evolution Lot 3 down in Key West, Florida. So that was pretty impressive. It kind of blew my mind that it was all the way down there. So if you guys are on the East Coast and you see this in your local little bar or whatever it is on tap, make sure you get that, or even in the bottle or can that you see behind the bar. So make sure you grab it when you can if you haven't had it before, because I think you're in for a treat.
Yeah, definitely give it a try.
Joe here again. Big shout out and thank you to Brew You for having me as a featured guest. If you would like to be a featured guest and you live in the Delmarva area, just drop a comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drink your IPAs, keep you nice and strong, and good night. It's good stuff. That's enough.
I want to see him drink the whole
Yeah, he's got to drink the whole thing. That's it.